going on, everyone? Luke the Toxic Nintendo Fanboy here. Hope you guys are all having a good day. In today's video, we are going to be talking about what I think is the worst part about Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite, and that is Nintendo Switch Online. So in this video, I am going to be giving you guys 5 specific reasons why Nintendo Switch Online is complete garbage and why Nintendo has failed at having a good online system like Xbox One, PS4, and especially the Supreme PC Master Race. So starting off with reason number 1 is there is no messaging system on Nintendo Switch Online. So basically what this means, guys, or I'm sure you already know what it means, but basically you cannot message your friends on Nintendo Switch. So anyone that you've sent a friend request to and added, and like they added you back, well, you're not going to be able to talk to them if you're not in the same game with them. You cannot send them any messages or anything unless you are on Discord or Facebook or any other social media app that you can contact them and talk to them there. But on Nintendo Switch, you cannot do that. And I feel like this is a very, very big problem. And this is exactly what gives Xbox, PC, and PS4 and PS5 and Series X a huge advantage over Switch when it comes to online play. Because not only do those systems give you the ability to play with your friends, but it's also kind of like having your very own social media on your console. You don't have to go on Facebook, sign up for Facebook or Twitter or Discord. Like if you're like me, where you just do not like social media, because personally I cannot stand social media. I actually deleted my Facebook account recently because it was just so bad. But if you're like me, then having the ability to message your friends and talk to your friends on your video game console or your PC is simply amazing. And the fact that Nintendo does not allow this is complete shit, and it is probably the worst thing that Nintendo decided to do. Many are saying this is because Nintendo has not entered the online age yet, but seriously, the Nintendo Switch is one of the best selling consoles right now, so why the fuck doesn't it offer the ability to text your friends? That's just really stupid. Alright, guys, starting off with reason number 2 is you cannot invite your friends to online games. Now, this one is a bit different because some multiplayer games have the ability where your added friends, like your added friends, like the people you added, well, basically, if your friend is playing an online game that you also have, in that online game, there's an option that lets you join your friends, basically, and you could basically join your friend like that. But personally, I think it would be much better if we can just have an invitation system so we can just invite your friends. I think you could actually do this on Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon 2, but realize how those are both Nintendo Switch exclusives. So, like, what? Nintendo doesn't care about the other many multiplayer games on Switch? This is another huge problem because on Xbox, PC, and PS4 and new consoles, you have the ability to invite your friends to any online game that you want. Every online game on those platforms has the option to invite someone, but the fact that you can only invite people on Nintendo Switch with certain games instead of every multiplayer game released on Switch, this is another huge issue. I mean, I know I just talked about how people could just go to an option where it says join friends and bada bing bada boom you're playing with your friend, but still being able to just invite your friend is much much better, and it would be much much better. So Nintendo, please fucking add this feature. It's getting really stupid. I mean, I guess it's all right for now, but I'm just getting really annoyed at this because I play a lot of Friday the 13th, and I actually didn't realize that you can just join your friends by adding someone and they add you back. So it was pretty confusing for me. Anyways, guys, getting on to reason number 3. Now, reason number 3 is actually going to be a much worse problem than reasons 1 and 2. And that is because in reason number 3, we are going to be talking about how you cannot report people to Nintendo. Now, everyone knows that online gaming, you're going to meet an asshole or you're going to meet some assholes. That's just how online gaming works. You're always going to come across that one fucking asshole that boils your blood to the point where you feel like you're going to catch on fire. I have had many experiences. Personally, I was playing Friday the 13th. And there was this kid, basically his name was Mama Smith, and he was like 6 years old, I think, and there was another kid, and I think he was just as young as he was, and he was basically helping Jason kill everyone. Like, he was going inside the houses, opening up the doors so Jason could come in and kill him, and I was really fucking pissed off when he finally killed me. I was extremely pissed off. I'm still pissed off. And you want to know what's the worst part about this? We cannot report these people to Nintendo. Oh yeah, but of course you can do it on Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8. Now, just like I mentioned in reason number 2, do you realize how these are both Nintendo exclusive games? Like, these games are made by Nintendo. So like what? Nintendo doesn't give a fuck about the other multiplayer games where you're going to encounter an asshole, because it's going to happen, and it's not just Friday the 13th. There are many multiplayer games on Switch, and many of those multiplayer games do not let you report people, and that is literally Nintendo's fault. So Nintendo, what the fuck is actually wrong with you? See, Nintendo, this is why so many people are hating on you guys right now. This is why. This is why they're saying you don't care about your fans, because this is just really, really stupid. I mean, Nintendo, I love you guys, and it breaks my heart to talk shit about you. I mean, Nintendo, I will defend you to the very end. I will always defend you guys. I will defend you always. But this is something that not even I can defend you from, because this is just complete scummy as shit. I mean, the fact that Xbox and PC and PS4 give you the option to report these bastards that you see in online gaming, so that way they get a punishment, like they can't play for a couple days, and Nintendo doesn't, it's so bad. And you know that there's gonna be those people that take advantage of that. Like, those people are basically free to act however they want while playing online games on the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo does not have a way to report them. So that way they get their account suspended for a couple days. So that's a very, very huge issue with Nintendo Switch Online. Now we're going to be talking about reason number 4, and this is Save Data Cloud. So basically what this is if you do not have Nintendo Switch Online, then you will lose all your save data if your like if something happens to your Switch, like if it breaks or something, and this is extremely scummy. I mean, even Xbox has a way to give you free cloud saving. Like, it's literally free on Xbox One. I'm not sure about PS4, but I'm sure it's free on PC, because PC doesn't even have pay to win online play. So I'm guessing this is like, it's free on Xbox, but on Nintendo Switch, guess what? If you do not have Nintendo Switch Online, then you do not have Save Data Cloud. And if you lose your Nintendo Online subscription, then basically all your save data is going to get fucked. You are going to lose all of it. And if your Switch breaks or if something happens to your console, it's basically over for you. All your save data is lost. This is extremely scummy, Nintendo. This has got to be the most scummiest and greediest thing I have ever seen. I hate to say this, but Nintendo, I'm going to have to give you a big old finger for that. See, right here. Fuck Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo, my heart is hurting talking about this to you guys, because I love you guys so much, but this just breaks my heart for you guys to make me say this shit to you, because I hate talking shit about Nintendo. My name is literally Toxic Nintendo Fanboy. I'm supposed to defend you guys, but seriously, this is too scummy even for me. This is something that not even I could stand by. I cannot defend Nintendo from this, because even I hate it, and I'm a Nintendo fan. Seriously, Nintendo, what is wrong with you guys? Why are you doing this? I mean, first your online was free, but now you're actually making us have a paywall in order to save our goddamn save data to the cloud. Like, what the actual fuck? Alright, guys, so reason number 5 is there are no perks whatsoever for Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, sure, you can count the save data cloud, but that's just scummy. But as you know, you get these little NES shit, like all this, like basically with this, like these are games that you get for free with Nintendo Switch Online. Now let me ask you this, Nintendo, like Nintendo, it's not the 90s anymore, Nintendo. We're in 2021. Exactly, who the fuck is gonna want to play all these little dumbass NES games? Do you know how outdated these games are? Like, who the hell wants to play all this? And the bad part is, if people do like these classic games, like I like to call them old school gamers. Like my dad, he loves these old little Mario games and shit like that. So, but if someone is into these old games, they could just emulate them. They do not need Nintendo Switch to play these games. They could probably go out and buy one of the older systems to play one of these. There is no reason whatsoever for them to have it on Nintendo Switch. So this is not really a good perk, Nintendo. See, what you should have is like with Nintendo Switch Online, like maybe like some of like your exclusive games like Mario Kart 8 or Legend of Zelda or Splatoon 2. Like, let's say like if you have Nintendo Switch Online, then those games will be like 20% off or something. And not just your exclusives, not just your exclusives. Like if you had Nintendo Switch Online, like maybe every month a new game will be added to Nintendo Switch Online where you do not have to pay full price for it. So like for example, like I don't know, let's say like Outlast or Maid of Sakara. Like let's say Maid of Sakara. Like let's say that game gets added to Nintendo Switch Online. So basically what it means is if that game gets added to Nintendo Switch Online, then basically if you have a subscription with Nintendo Switch Online, then that new game that just got added monthly, basically that game will be like 20 or 25% off basically if it gets added to Nintendo Switch Online. And like Like new games should be added every month to Nintendo Switch Online, so that way it encourages users to keep signing up for it. Because whenever they sign up, a new game will be added to Switch Online that will be like 20% off or something, maybe even more than that. But that does not exist, guys. There are absolutely no perks for signing up to Nintendo Switch Online. I don't even have a lot of multiplayer games, guys. I only play Friday the 13th and Zombie Army Trilogy. Those are the only online games I got right now. I mostly play single player games. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Those were my reasons why Nintendo Switch Online is complete dog shit and why they have failed to have a good online for their console. It's so sad that Nintendo has literally failed to do what all the other platforms have done. So why is that? Why did Nintendo fail to do the most easiest thing for their online for their Nintendo Switch? How come Microsoft and Sony and PC were able to do it? PC is even fucking free. And Xbox and PlayStation, at least they have perks. Like at least they actually have good stuff to encourage you to sign up. Because Xbox and PlayStation do have those little deals. Like if you have PlayStation Network, then some games will be free. Like games will be free on PSN. It's just stupid. So, anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about Nintendo Switch Online. Do you love it or hate it? You hate it, obviously, because who the fuck likes Nintendo Switch Online? It's garbage. There is absolutely nothing to defend this piece of shit. Nintendo is scummy as hell. So, Nintendo, big thumbs down for you, Nintendo. You guys suck. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Luke, the Toxic Nintendo Fanboy, signing off.